Brenda used to walk these streets with pride. Her husband Chris, a patriot by her side. But the weight of the world came crashing down when the government tried to take the ground. They stole Chris away, said he was a threat, left Brenda alone with words of regret. CPS came knocking, took her children too, but Brenda stood tall like the sky so blue. Bring back Brenda, let her light shine bright. She's been trampled on, but she's ready to fight. Don't tread on her, she's got a heart so true. Through the darkest nights, she'll pull through. Every day she fights for what's been lost, pays the price, bears the cost. Whispers of hope through a podcast wave, telling her story, she'll be brave. In the heartland, they know her name, her struggle, her passion, her undying flame. She dreams of a day she'll hold them tight, Chris and the kids in the morning light. Bring back Brenda, let her light shine bright. She's been trampled on, but she's ready to fight. Don't tread on her, she's got a heart so true. Through the darkest nights, she'll pull through.
Hey, ho. How's it going? Here I am. Last minute, getting a bunch of stuff done today. Hopefully you guys are getting some things accomplished. And I see Darren he's working hard for the show and everything like this, making everything wonderful and pretty. Thank you very much for that, Darren. Very nice. I like the cage hanging there. That was lovely. Well, the reality is, everybody's getting excited. I noticed this because everybody's got it going on. It seems like, the excitement, I think, is because we all know, something is going to happen here. I don't know if we can advertise, but I love Lipton tea in a can. I can tell you that. I mean, I try not to stay away from the sugar, but sometimes I'll make an exception. I tell you guys, I was sporting a headache today, so again, we're getting ready, take off on my trip. The strangest thing is, like, I'd like to do this on my phone, but with all the problems I'm having with Big Brother, it doesn't seem I can get this restream to work on my phone anymore. Strangest thing. I should try to do it through maybe Chris's email or something. It's really troubling. So have anybody been talking to Wendy? I've tried to get her on the show. Danielle, we've been talking quite a bit. She's also getting excited. Danielle is going to pick up her son now, just in a few days. This is exciting, guys. I mean, this is what we would like to know about these success stories. And the lady that came on the other day, I don't remember her name. I mean, you guys can look back at that show we just did yesterday at noon, because towards the end of it, a lovely lady came on, tell us a little bit what was going on with her. She was talking about how, some people, like, I know I've done this before too. It's like, you go to Salvation Army, when you're down in your luck, maybe you can't pay your electric bill, or we've done it like when we traveled across the country, because we were literally moving from one state to the other. and stopped by, and they set up with a motel room. But as far as according to her, better watch out for these type of things, because it's true. They ask you for things like, your social security cards, your birth certificates, all this stuff, all this personal stuff. And then, maybe this is the beginning of targeting. I don't know, but I never really thought about that before. But again, it's another like social service entity. I mean, even though look at how much money Salvation Army is raking in on donations and stuff like that. um I just don't know. I'm sure, there's still some good sites out there, because they do help with like homeless and stuff like this. But I can tell you, just by talking with what's her name? Come on, Darren, give me a chance. But I'd say watch out for these types of things, because when you have to reach out to your government or whatever for assistance, they're go. Wait a minute. Now, how come I can't hear you, Darren?
Jennifer was her name.
Okay, Jennifer. Okay, that's what
Jen
I was.
Rabson. Yep.
Yeah, and she's saying she's somewhere, what, North Carolina. We got people all across this country. All across the country. Don't feel like you can't tell us our story because you're embarrassed or anything like that. I guarantee, more than likely, if you think that something went wrong within your dependency case, you are absolutely 100% right, because they are taking children out of the care of their biological families, and not even giving them to the next of kin, anything like that. It's just like, why don't we just throw your whole family into a garbage can and give it a little twist on lid, because we're completely removing you from your child's life. This is disgusting, This is disgusting, but we have to remember, we're not going to get like too excited and too revved up, because it all has to be exposed in a court of law, to our leaders. Changing these, statutes or anything like that, it really doesn't matter to me if there's laws in place that are not being followed right now. So that's another problem we have, okay? So it wouldn't be a problem for you to join us as a mass of parents that just want to see the criminals arrested and assure that our children are safe and that they could come home. Okay, because this is where we're just like, come on, guys, come on, it's true. So I don't know, I was sporting a little headache today, but I'm trying to. I did do plenty of walking today. Okay, I thought maybe that's my problem. I haven't walked in days. Okay, and like I say, I was just trying to. Though I was doing like stuff around the house, getting through some paperwork, getting out some information. And I know it's difficult to keep this stuff straight, guys, but don't be a Brenda and be disorganized, because it's going to come back and bite you in the butt. And then when you really need something, you're like, okay, where's that? It happens to the best of us. So just, try to slowly. Don't rook your self ragging trying to get this stuff straightened out. But it is a slow process, especially for me. All right. I decided I'm going to keep hydrated, because that could be what's going on with me. It could be the problem. Yeah, don't be part of the problem. Be part of the solution. Come on, guys. All right. Oh, here, I just show you something cute. I just found, like, my mom. She's a really great person. She was like always there for me when I was a kid. She's wonderful, most beautiful, wonderful person you may ever want to meet. And when me and Chris get married, my dad wasn't too excited about that. And even though we didn't have to or anything, we just wanted to. After he joined the Air Force there, because of course my dad did sign. But I found this the other day. Isn't this cute? Look at it. You remember these little guys? What did they used to call them? um, cute little characters or whatever. Now that your dreams are made just for two kind, here's hoping they're always the made to come true kind. Hello. Well, that's a pretty nice one. So that's fun because like not having like a traditional wedding, I didn't have a whole bunch of cards and stuff like that to put in a book. I did just have a book, but hey, a lot of my stuff drowned in the Black River. What was it? I think it was the Black River, Dead River. Oh, a lot of my I had a whole frame of wedding photos. Like it was a frame with the wedding photos, and it drowned in the Black River in Minnesota. No kidding. Because when we first go there, we were ready to homestead and live off the land and stuff like that. It's kind of funny because those were with my it was just with my two oldest. So we went out there. Me and Chris were pretty young, still like in our 20s or what have you, and early 20s, and we had a big army tent. We got where you can get mineral rights or whatever. So this is the spot we picked. We took a U-Haul down there. I remember we drilled holes in the back of the U-Haul. So we had 2 goats, chickens. We had a couple rabbits, all this stuff. And then when we got there, eventually the original spot we picked didn't work out. So then we were picking a different spot. And, the local sheriff over there was pretty nice because he's like, he actually came out down to this property. Or no, it was the motel. We were staying at this motel. Like, I think we ended up getting like another thing, Salvation Army, this type of thing. They put us up in this motel for a month until we got settled in. That was pretty nice. I mean, that was back in the day though. They had a little kitchenette and everything. But in any case, the sheriff come by and said, if you try to do this, Department of Children and Families are going to come and not let you do this. He say, it's sad enough as it is. I'm just going to give you guys a heads up. So, I mean, it seems like they don't do that nowadays. Like I told you, I had a whole story about what my sister was talking about in Ohio. They have these tent cities now, right? I mean, and this is not even out in the woods really or anything like that. People just squatting wherever they can because they can't afford to, pay for living if they're spending all their money on drugs. Sorry to say, these are the people that will get their children back, though. It's disgusting. I'm sorry to say. People, what you have to make sure you remember what you got, how lucky you are to have your child or your husband or your wife or whatever, so you can hug on to them every chance you get. Because what was that? This song got pretty famous. I think a lot of the guys are jealous of this guy, but I think he's doing Benson Boone. I think he's doing like it reminds me of Queen and Freddie Mercury running around without his shirt and these extravagant pants or whatever. But he said the same. How does it go, guys? One. These beautiful things that I have. Yeah. It says something like, God, please don't take these beautiful things that I've got. Yeah, I like that song. I mean, that reminds me, like, and whenever I get in the car and turn on the radio, I swear to God, the song is playing. I remember that as a kid. That's what the songs that are drilled into your head. Do you ever notice, like, getting in the car with your mom and dad as a kid, throw on the AM radio, whatever they're doing, and there was always them songs that you heard over and over again. You can't get them out of your head. So that's what I say. Any songs that y'all guys inspiration? Hey Debbie, hey Chris, how's it going? Thanks for joining, man. I'm sorry I didn't even notice you there. I'm in my own little world. I usually have it up on my phone here, but like I say, I don't know what's going on with that. What do you think, guys? I don't think I'm doing anything wrong, but for some reason, I can't do the stream from my phone. I mean, I don't know what is going on. It sucks, I can tell you that. Because I don't know. We'll see where I'm at tomorrow, but I'm going to be on the road again, so maybe on one of my breaks, possible I could be made it to the motel by then. That would be nice. I did like doing the stream from the motel. That worked out pretty good. I mean, I just joined in with Vinny and Herbert. Herbert, how you doing? I don't even know to hear anything from Herbert for a while. Hopefully he's doing okay. So what's going on with you guys? You got any exciting news, Debbie or Chris? Come on, let me know about it. I know that apparently, if anybody has got a hold of Wendy, she's working pretty hard on this. I'm trying to figure out where's this cover letter and let's get it going because I'm ready. I'm ready to rock and roll. And if anybody needs help with it or anything like that, I mean, once you get it, surely you can email me or whatever. My email's right up there. Darren says he's done his, he's done it. He's signing up. Why not? I mean, what do you guys got to lose? Sign up, get your stuff in there. They're not asking for very much at all. They like to know, when and how many court dates that you had, because if you guys don't realize what these guys going through, telling you case laws all the time and like this, they are really letting you know, hey, these are the laws that were broken, and you guys have the right to go in there and get your name in there, and hopefully just pray that these new AGs that are getting in there, if we come all at them at once in every state, they're not going to know what hit them and say, what? All this money is being what? What happened to all this money? It's going to traffic children. I'm sure that it's going to raise some eyebrows, okay? And that's what we want to do. We'll get everybody worked up and focused and just, go in there with a bing bang boom, like pow, like the old Batman shows. Come on. Now she hasn't heard anything fully to see John tomorrow. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. That's good news. I'm trying to think of what else? I heard from Chris today. Something happened with him. He volunteered. Hey, I want to go work in the kitchen or something because I don't want to sit around this freaking pot all day. And apparently they're using probably boric acid to pour down the drains, which bubbled up somehow and burnt his arm. And so it's not one thing, it's the other, but I mean, we'll get through it. Hopefully everything will be okay. So what else we guys got going on? I'm kind of excited about this whole thing that Wendy's talking about, and Pam Bachman. I mean, I talked to Pam today. She's doing some running around. I'm wondering if we can get it together and maybe I can meet up with Pam again. I hate to drive through Dixie County, though, or I didn't even want to drive through Lake City at this point because this Florida just wants to do everything that they can imagine to try to get me shut me up and lock me up. It just seems pretty coincidental that that's what happens when I'm trying to live in Florida and when I try to just drive through Florida. It's amazing. Well, if y'all seen any of my videos, I've been doing it on TikTok. I think it's under Freedom now. I've been throwing out through a few just live things of what I got going on. Walking on the beach, Panama City. Hey, I don't think I've ever been there before, and I was last weekend. But like I say, we were dealt some lemons, but hey, we made some lemonade out of it, and the thing's working out this week, so I'm glad about it. So it's exciting, guys, and I learned some things, what the do's and don'ts are. Some lady, we were waiting that morning, that last Saturday morning was quite chilly. They made if anybody that was coming to visit at the prison, you just wait. There's a picnic table there out front. I kind of thought I'd be waiting inside, but in any case, it was a little chilly. Best thing to do is be the first three that are there because they take three in at a time. And I was, but actually, it didn't work out for me or one other lady that was waiting there. But she didn't even fill out like the things because apparently you just freaking do it all on your phone now. And it's not, you set up an appointment. I mean, I don't know what that lady was doing, but and the thing is, if you're not fully registered or something like that, it's going to waste all these other people's time. They're there to see their loved one or whatever. The sad situation is, this is what we've come to. I mean, they want to monitor everything we do, everything we say. And again, this is censorship, y'all. They took our children and then they say, shut up about it. That's pretty much what's happening here. It's true, Debbie. Come on. I had a good, my sister had, like, her best friend was Debbie when we were growing up. I like the name Debbie. I was watching that new series too. It's like a prelude of Dexter. I don't know why I bring up this because it's kind of a morbid show if you think about it, but his sister's name in the show is Deb. It's kind of cool to see them. They're portraying Dexter and Deb and everybody, and when they were younger, and they have that Christian Slater is actually being Harry. If anybody's familiar with that, he was the dad of Dexter. But that's a whole weird story because, hey, that's why you guys might want to notice in that Dexter show, it was all about, flashing back to Dexter when he was a kid in the Department of Children and Families, grabbing them and taking them up, separating from their brother and his brother. And then his brother ends up being a psycho killer. I mean, Dexter's, a psycho killer, but he's getting rid of the bad guys. Okay, so it's all the perception of what's going on. I mean, if they know that the law, see, the whole thing about Dexter is they know that the law is never gonna be able to bust this person for one way or the other. And the only means of, like, if you're molesting, raping children and doing these horrible things, there's horrible, unspeakable acts. Boom, that's how Dexter takes care of it. Okay. So, and apparently his dad before him did something similar, but they say you always make sure that it's not a good person that you're doing that to. And is it just like goes around, comes around? I don't like certain sayings, but you know what saying I don't like, guys? It's it is what it is. I'm sorry, I can't stand that. If you say that, I might not like you either. Sorry to say, because no, it's not. It's what it is the change. Okay, we are the change. Speaking of change, I gotta, you guys, I'm a, you know what? Darren won't allow me to say it, but I am a nut. That's it's okay. I just have fun with it. Just like. Again, let's try to keep on the positive level of this because we're all in this together. Okay, we have even though everybody's got a different thing going on, ultimately, isn't it all about the children? Okay, about the kids, and that's the truth. Okay, and we're parents, and we should be loud, like, I guess they do that with and I don't have anything against gay people, but they do the loud and proud thing. Why don't we be loud for our children? Because it seems like we have to be loud because there ain't nobody listening to well. And people that are being heard, let's try to block their phone from doing a freaking podcast, or what else can we do? Lock your husband away so you can't talk to him freely or privately. Wow. I mean, and then you watch, Darren, did you see that thing that happened with the 10-year-old in Florida? Apparently it was the mother. I don't even know if the mother was biological or not, but whoever the guy that she maybe remarried, or the boyfriend. Did you hear about this?
I think I did. Was it a foster kid or a step kid?
It was like I think it was a stepdad. I didn't even know what happened, but all I know is they had to life flight him because he was like critical condition, and the officer that was talking about it said, I mean, they could tell he had like bruises upon bruises that were just like, you can tell these wounds were old, burn marks and everything all over. The lady, the cop or whatever was trying to describe it, she just started crying. And I don't know like what's his condition. I didn't keep up with that, but I just knew that they tried to like the mother tried to divert and run out of the hospital when she found out that they were calling the cops. But
Yeah, he's head to toe in various size bruises.
wow, yeah. That's something
Um,
else. And then that's what gets me though is they're going after people like us that are like good parents and that do
yep.
nothing but care for their children. And then a lot of times they're going to be thrown into these abusive situations. I mean, it's terrible. It's
So
terrible.
they dropped him off at the hospital. They were doing CPR on him,
Yeah.
and then
And
the
then
mom eventually came back.
yeah, I
And
think
she's a registered nurse.
oh, see, I didn't know that much. And didn't she have another kid? Like she had another kid running around with another
Yeah,
kid?
she had another son. Yep.
Hmm. So, wow. Yeah, it's I know my son like I've seen those life flight helicopters come in. I was like taking my son up some lunch one time when he was working at the hospital shift and they have the landing pad right there. My son's like, "You
Mm-hmm.
might as well stick around and watch the helicopter land." I'm okay. Um yeah, there's so much stuff going on. He actually had an appointment with a young lady, what, 14, that's now a friend of mine, a nurse that he works with. She recently took her niece into custody because apparently she was in a foster placement. Admittedly, she says that her brother and sister-in-law like are on drugs or whatever. So they can't staying with the parents wasn't an option. But apparently she was in some foster placement and they were telling the family if didn't nobody stepped up, they were going to put her into an institution. So she, even though this lady's got a lot going on, I really got to give it to her because she took this young girl. And that's why I told her, if you don't need any help, whatever, just let me know, because I've been telling her all about, our show and what we're doing here. And it was kind of funny because the caseworker, she kept saying she was going to meet with this lady, kept going to meet with her, and then kept canceling the appointments every time. But forever, like, and almost ended up being a month later, and then she finally got her niece into her custody. But I mean, it just, it's almost happening like so many people. It's almost like everybody must know somebody, it seems, that has been going through this, these corrupt dependency courts. I mean, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's about
Mm-hmm.
time for a change, for sure. Because I've been sitting here through the last Trump administration trying to get this stuff taken care of. But when Trump first got in there, all I can think is try to get through this case plan because they're telling me, oh, it's the fastest way to get your kids back is sign off to this mediation, which, yeah, they didn't tell me what the consequences of this was. I know Chris was the one saying he didn't want to sign it, but I here I am. I'm like, I encourage him too, but yeah, I don't recommend signing these mediations at all because it's not in front of the judge or anything, and it's just really you're just sitting there with a bunch of attorneys, and a lot of those attorneys, even though they say they're on your side, I mean they're working for the state. Come on, guys! You never notice at the end of your a public defender's email, it'll say at Florida families or whatever, something like that, whatever state you happen to be in. But so what else is going on? Is Danielle having a show today? What's happening?
Let's see. Danielle does, I believe, have a show to. No, yes, she is today.
Okay, good. And I
Today's
kind
Thursday, right?
of today's Thursday. I kind of missed some of the show you guys did last night.
Oh, actually, you know what? Amy Wombley's starting her own show right after this too. She comes on at 4 o'clock, so that's a new show that we've got this week starting up. So that'll be cool. Amy's show. It's called Blood Money. I think it's Blood Money and Broken Homes is the name of the show.
So Amy
And
is
she's
what is that the AMIE or something? Amy?
no, I think maybe I don't know if she spells it Amy. I don't know how the Amy part of it's spelled, but she's the one. She's on with Kim. Kim brought her in with us.
Oh, okay. All
And
right.
she's got a big presence on. She's got a big presence on TikTok. So
Yeah. And I think that's what we need, guys. Like the people that are able to get their stuff on TikTok without being banned. I mean, these are the
every
people.
time we put our episodes up, they shut me right down. Every time.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I feel that does it have anything to do with me? Like, this is what I'm thinking. It's just like, oh, I guess there's certain people that they are targeting, though, especially
Hmm.
people who want to spread this word, right?
Well, I mean, you got to figure this is how this country's run. It's on stealing kids, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we got to think about that. What are they going to do? How much money does all of these government entities reap from stealing our kids?
Hmm.
Millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars are given out and taken from the life of our kids. Um, and you know, as much as it seems easy to just put a wrench in that, what are they going to do when you get 90% of the kids taken in the past 10 years were wrongfully taken? You're going to want a refund on that? I mean, they got to know that lawsuit's coming in. I mean, that's going to break America's back. I'm not saying that that's the wrong thing, but it'll break the financial system of the United States once they do this. So I think that might be a reason why.
Mm.
You know, and it's unfortunate that they've put so many cards in this deck to make it upon that, and they didn't think that we'd get pissed off. You know, they got greedy. They got real greedy. You know, and they started pissing off the wrong people.
Yeah, I put some. I was looking back. Somebody posted that one. It was like a Zoom with all these like attorneys or caseworkers. I can't remember if they were attorneys or what they were, but they're talking about where they're going to stick their money, and they that's where they started this Kids for Cash. They said, well, let's call it Kids for Cash. It's
Yeah,
like that's crazy. Wow, you know.
I mean it's billions and billions and billions of dollars.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
know,
That's what that federal attorney was saying too. It's just like so much money, so many kids, and so many parents without kids. Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, you figure if they take, let's do the math here. If they take 500,000 a year, let's just base it on that. 500,000 a year in 10 years, that's 5 million kids that haven't gone home.
what's Debbie saying? If for some reason this thing is in the way of her message, I can't move it. Oh, I think I'm gonna make it a smaller screen. Um, Debbie says my daughter has a new caseworker and seems to be nice, and it's praising my daughter for what's going on.
Well,
Oh,
that's good.
well,
Just be wary.
yeah. Let's just say, sometimes looks can be
Sheep and
deceiving, but
yeah,
there are good people out there. I mean, Danielle, in her case, all of a sudden, they've got a good judge in there, and now she's getting her kid back. It's like, whoa, you
yeah.
know, it's all the players of the game. Like they say, oh, what's this?
Oh, is it Chris?
Oh shit, yeah, it is. Okay, we can put them in there live. But anyways, I'll let him know what's going on, and he's got a day off. I mean, he might have something to say. Who knows? You guys. Okay, you got to press the 0. See, it's different from when he was in county. It was like press 1, and how many times I've tried to. Facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Oh, okay. We're gonna monitor it. GTL. Hey, we got you live. What's going on?
Oh, you're doing a live show?
Yeah, what about some words for the people? Come on, freedom.
I thought you were doing a live show.
Well, yeah, we're just about, about 15 more minutes or so.
2 to 3, that's right.
Okay, yeah.
I love Brenda.
I love you. I love you. You're a man of not many words today?
Well, you're a very sweet lady, and you're the most beautiful.
Is he excited about all this going on with Trump?
You're the best mother, the best wife, the best mother they can have. I love you very much.
Oh. Well, yeah, they're wondering if you're excited about what's going on with Trump and all these executive orders he's signing and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, it's very positive. It's very positive with Trump, and gives us something to hope for.
Yeah.
Change, a better change for a better.
Yeah.
You're doing a real great job by getting rid of a bunch of people that aren't working, getting over 200,000 a year, not really doing anything. So that's encouraging, and everything he's doing is really giving hope.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
All right, I'll let you go. All right, call me back in a little bit. All right, love you very much. All right, take it easy. All right, I don't know if you can hear, it was kind of quiet. He's got a cold or something again. And that's the thing, is whenever he's at home, we never get sick. Like, we never get a sickness at all. And since he's been gone, he's had the flu, a cold, this and that, getting his arm burned.
Do they make him get vaccinated there?
No, but they asked him if he wanted a flu shot, and he took one. And I said, I don't know why you're taking that flu shot, because he did get sick after that. It's almost like he had gotten the flu after that. I don't do flu shots anymore because my son is on the other side of the thing about the flu shots. But I think if my son didn't have to take it as a doctor, he probably wouldn't take it either. And I can tell you, he had the COVID several times, and he took all the shots. So
yeah, so did my brother. Same thing. And even though he's all vaccinated, he was sick, and he's got COVID many times.
Yeah, and my son is probably the healthiest person you might want to meet. I mean, he's always exercising, eating right. I mean, he was always very prone to pneumonia too as a kid. It was kind of weird. I remember we were living out in Kentucky, and he was pursuing football in high school there. And oh my God, one time they were doing a game out in the rain, and he literally ended up in the hospital with pneumonia. So, yeah. Well, I'm glad he decided not to pursue that career in football, right? I mean, it's so cringy. I can't imagine. I can't stand watching people slam into each other or that jujitsu he does too. It's like, oh my God. There's got to be a better way.
I don't even like watching kids on the playground. It scares the hell out of me.
Oh yeah, yes. Oh yeah, what they're doing, and then there's no way paying attention to. I can't stand that. I gotta look away. It's true.
Yeah.
You see them teetering on the edge of something like
that. I just want to hear them when they either hit the ground and cry, or if they don't at all. It's fine with me. But I can't handle watching it. Oh God, I was the worst.
Right.
I stand right there. Kids couldn't even have fun. He'd be like, ah, get off their slides. Go on the little one.
I was just watching. There was a short clip somebody did, and it shows the little kid was at the end of the stairs and then started to fall. The mom grabbed it by the legs, and then all these people start running to help her pull the kid back up. Wow, that was something. Man. It's and again, I shouldn't have been watching that, because it's getting me excited.
Yeah.
But
that's funny stuff.
Well, I don't know, guys. Should we get ready to wrap this up? What's going on? Debbie's got a lot to say, though, and I'm glad that there's some people coming in the chat, because it's really great. There's some of these live, the news things and these live current events going on. I mean, see those chats? They just go.
Yeah, we need to get ours like that.
Yeah,
ours need to be blowing through like that. We need to get everybody to like and share and spread the word out about our shows and all of that in this channel. And we got some big things coming up that people will, we're going to get this network to grow. We'll get this thing to catch on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's catching on, but we need it to get bigger. And it doesn't help that they slow us down either, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Because there's something about this YouTube. They like you say, you could be getting a lot more views that you don't even know about. You know,
Yep.
something about
And I believe that's the truth. Well, we know for a fact that they were doing it at the beginning, so we would have X amount of people out on watching it, and then they would say that there's only this many people watching it, you know?
yeah,
And they do that to discourage you,
yeah.
you know, because they don't want you to believe, they don't want these words getting out there.
Well, I think I was able to add like I pretty much all my YouTube channels with you. Maybe not the American patriotism, but I thought like yesterday I was turning it on and I at least got a couple of my YouTube channels with you guys now. Because one of them, the one that's Brenda Cambron, those are the
Mm-hmm.
ones that, I do, and like I say, I stopped doing it and posting my stuff on YouTube because I was just getting disappointed that there
Right.
wasn't getting any views. But you might as well throw it on there, and that way, like I said, it helps you keep a record of your videos or what you were doing. And it's good to keep track of this stuff because you don't never
Mm-hmm.
know when some kind of event will happen, and they're like, "Where were you at this time? What were you doing?" And you're like,
Right.
"Okay, this is what I was doing."
That's right.
That was like something I had to deal with when they put that false charge on me, saying I had a gun and I didn't. I was like, I was trying to retrace all the steps. Would have been better thing that I had a body cam I had got before that, and I still ain't figured out how. I mean, I haven't even tried to figure out how to use that damn thing. I know it's probably pretty easy. And if I would have had that, or even thought of turning the recording on my phone, that would have went a lot better for sure. But I don't know. I don't know about these
Uh,
guys. They got something to hide for sure. Like our children,
mhm.
right?
Exactly. That's just it. Our children are being hidden somewhere between here and the moon.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm just trying to tell people. Like, oh, what's your husband? Because like when he'll call and stuff like that, well, he's just pretending like he's taking a trip to the moon right now. Yes, like he's
Yeah.
stuck in space. They did say that Elon Musk is going to try to get out there and save that guy that's out stuck in space. Do you ever hear about that?
No, I didn't. Who the guy that were at the? They were at the
The
space
astronaut.
station. Is it them?
I think it's something else because I think these guys have been stuck out there for a while. I don't know if some of them
Well,
got to.
that's gonna be a scary thing.
Yeah, it's like that one old movie, right, where they were like out in space, and then remember the AI generated computer started like getting a
Yep.
whole attitude against the guy.
Mhm.
He's like trying to make sure that he was saying everything right. Yeah, that was a good one. And then he
Yep.
was talking to his family, back on Earth and stuff. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It is like it is like you're in freaking probably in it feels like you're in another world. It actually feels like when you're in incarcerated, it feels a lot like military, even though I've never been in military. Now Chris can confirm that I was right. It's like people yelling at you, people
Right.
yelling at you and making you make your bed. So and
Yeah,
shaving
it's a
all your
state of the
hair
mind.
off. It's like it is once people say the new world order. It was kind of funny because when I was in prison and this is when Biden ended up winning the election, right? And the guy behind the bubble, like we got up in the morning and he's like, I guess he's pretty comical, but he's like, okay, ladies, I just want to tell you it's a new world order. It's always fun to have like a couple laughs especially when you're over there. It's like kind of break up your day. And you can meet some nice people. You wouldn't imagine because like you would have never met these people otherwise. It's just like I would have never met Darren if we weren't both wondering where our kids were.
Yep,
you know,
this is true.
yeah.
That is the truth.
So Darren, how far are you away from like the Bangor area and stuff like that?
I'm 2.5 hours from Bangor.
Yeah. I've
I'm
never.
right at the southern. I'm at the southern tip of Maine.
Oh.
Like I jump right across the border to New Hampshire all the time.
Oh, see, that's
So,
nice. You go buy your computer over there and stuff, so you don't have to pay taxes.
yeah, no taxes. That's right. But down they're really putting the hammer down on that stuff. If you're like within a certain amount of mileage, like I went to buy a phone there the other day, and they said that they wouldn't ship it to my house. They had to ship it to my house, so I had to pay the sales tax instead of me buying it there. And they're doing that on a lot of things. Trying to
See
get their
there.
hands out.
See, that's what when we actually did have a house in New Hampshire, but we were going and spending for the most part we were in Maine with Hawk, and then but it ended up we did buy, we bought that's where we bought that Jeep Patriot, so we didn't have to pay tax on it. It was either that between Maine and New Hampshire, or we were living in Vermont right by the border, because my daughter, she was going to Burlington. She did her medical school or whatever in Burlington, and like I said, my other son was at Dartmouth. So yeah, and you was talking about your we still got to talk about that, see if we can figure out
Yeah.
about these doctors and what they're doing. Maybe they
Mhm.
know something about my kids, who knows. You never know, because
Yep,
like
you
one
never
lady
can
was
tell.
saying, even if your family ends up with possession of your children in their files, it's just going to be a number. They're just going to be a number, just like your kids are like a number. Like, so it's possible. It's
Anything's
possible.
possible.
We got to answer, we got to get some answers to what's going on, because kids just don't disappear, you know. If they're
Well, when you got billions and billions of dollars behind it, they do. That's
yeah.
the unfortunate part.
But that's the thing. I mean, we got to get to the bottom of it, and I tell you, I will keep on trying with every
Mhm.
last breath.
And we appreciate that, Brenda, for sure.
All right. Okay, we should probably wrap it up. I
All right,
gotta.
yeah, we got that new show coming up, so yeah, let's do that.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
All
And
right, I'll put some sort of music
yeah,
on.
watch out. Once in a while, me and Danielle will pop in with a late night show too. That usually works out pretty good.
Yeah,
So.
keep an eye out for those. You guys get silly.
All right. So thank you for joining. Thank you for
Live in a land paid for by
everybody
blood.
that's been watching. Y'all have a good day.
A country that was built up from sticks and mud. Our ancestors crossed 1,000 miles over the ocean, leaving behind a past that was negative emotion. When they first sighted land, they all jumped overboard and swam. They couldn't believe they were living in freedom. The government they once had didn't need them. It was tough during the first days, figuring this strange land. Many grouped together and started a plan. They knew they needed something to keep them in line. This is when they wrote the Constitution, man, it was divine. A bunch of men agreeing never lost their mind. They gave us all our freedom, one amendment at a time. And when they finished writing, 39 men had to sign. We have freedom, you can't take away. The Constitution guarantees that. So take your false authority and go the fuck away. The next 200 years came with a price. A bunch of men and women gave the ultimate sacrifice. They did it for the people alive today. You don't hear very many taking 3 times to say thank you, whoever you are, who gave your life, and for their families left on earth alone for their life. Thank you for your gift, the life that you gave. It lets us live as free men. Oh, glory we will wave. Now we are here in 2025, a year led by selfishness. It's no surprise the government is taking over. It's a friggin' mess. Our kids are being taken by people who must be diseased. These actions need to cease. So listen up, you voted officials, we are here to say